Hey guys, it's X Lizandria X, and I like to make content on YouTube, and the type of content I like to make are vlogs, sometimes talking videos, TV show commentary, and movie commentary. If you're new here, subscribe down below, and if you're not new here, welcome back to this channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about college and just college advice for people who are about to go to college, or anything. And college is a range from anybody. That can mean recent high school graduates all the way to somebody who is 65 years old. Anybody can go to college. And I just want to talk about my personal experience at college and maybe some tips to help you guys out, because I definitely want to get into something like that. So let's just get on with this video. No more of the jibber jabber. My first year of college it won't easy, baby. It won't easy. Like, I'll be the first to tell you that I had it rough. And I feel like a lot of first year college students, especially us younger people, we're gonna definitely go through a lot of because I kid you not, I cried a lot. But every time I cried, it wasn't anything about like something happening in my life. That something was college. So my first week of college was a pretty good week, nothing too pizzazzed up. But then after a while, I could really start feeling the pressure. I want to let you know that before I get any further into this video, college is not for everybody. Just because your parents want you to go to college doesn't mean you want to go to college. And are they living your life? No. I know sometimes maybe they see you as an opportunity as a first year college student in your family, or maybe you come from a family of a lot of doctorate or masteral college grads in your family, and your family's just very educational. But if that's not the road you want to take, that's fine. And guess what? If you want to go back to school, you can go back to school, because college will always be there. College will always be there. So you don't have to go to college. Just letting you know. If you feel like that's not the road you want to take in life right now, but you still want to go to college, take a gap year. Do that. And that's the first thing I want to get into. My goodness, I would be starting college this year if somebody would have told me take a gap year. Now the advice sounds a little whack, because you're like, no, I don't want to be in college with class of 2023 that recently just graduated. It's kind of weird. I want to be with my class because I graduated in 2022. So I want to be with my class of 2022. No. Any freshly high school graduate who is about to leave right now and go somewhere else, listen, if you please take a gap year. I feel like I want to recommend this to everybody, because a gap year will definitely give you time to get your money up. Heavy on the money up, because I'm a community college student, and even me as a community college student, there was some times where I really didn't even have enough money, where I didn't even have money. So if me as a community college student not having enough money, and you going to a 4-year university, I know you're not about to have no money. Take this time to get your money up. Work. If you have to work 2 jobs just to get a whole bunch of money saved up, do it. I know it may be tiring, but by the time you get to school, you'll have enough money left over, and you'll be able to use it on books or whatever you need. I will say books are low-key overrated, so I would say the best option is to rent books or try to go online and buy it off of somebody else. Or if you're not going to do that, try to find an ebook and purchase the ebook, or rent off the ebook if you're not someone who likes physical books. I like to have the thing physically in my hand. Always rent your books. Rent your books. Now, if your college is doing, my community college is now doing free books for this entire semester. It's either the fall semester or the whole 2023 to 2024 school year. If your college is doing something like that, especially if you're in community college, go on and take advantage of that. Get as many books, even if it's for spring of 2024, get the book now. Get the book now. But if your college is not doing that, then don't do it now. Just purchase everything for your fall semester. But yeah, get your money up. Take a gap year. Please take. I would recommend, if someone would have said please take a gap year, it will probably benefit you in the long run. I definitely would have taken a gap year. So please, I'm begging you right now, take a gap year. If anything, if I could have took a gap year, I would have, and I would have been starting college this year instead. Next college advice I want to say is, you don't have to stick to your particular major for that long. I was at my school for general studies. Now the reason why I was there for general studies, because I was actually going to transfer out of the community college and go to some 4-year and do public relations. But I want to say that sometimes what you think you know about yourself right now, forget about it. Because who you are right now, once you step into college, is not going to be the same person how you walked out of high school with. And I understand, like, of course I'm 18 now, you know, I'm done with high school. No, you don't know yourself. You really don't know yourself. And that is something I had to, like, I really, like, things just got stripped from me, and I really had to regain myself and regrow myself, especially me growing through the Lord. God really had to strip me up a lot. You know, I had to unlearn a lot of things, because I had this preconceived notion of what I thought my life was gonna be. But life can literally throw you curveball upon curveball, and you never know. Because I was there for general studies, and now I'm in hospitality management. Because when I first got there, I thought I wanted to do public relations my entire high school career. I was in journalism the whole time while I was in high school. I thought I had that junk in the bag. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you're wrong. You really don't have it in the bag. Because during my time at school, I felt really lost, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had felt lost and the reason why I had felt so lost, because I didn't know life was gonna get that hard. When you're in college, I'm gonna be honest, life is gonna get a little bit hard. And I talked with some of my friends and a little bit of my family members who's been to school, and they have let me know they have struggled a lot within their first year of college. And because it's just the pressure, and I feel like high schools don't prepare you enough for college. I think that's something that high schools need to start doing, is preparing the senior students for college a lot better, because I feel like I was not properly prepared for college. What you do in high school is not what you do in college. You say in high school, okay, I'm not going to do my homework. Well, I'm gonna get on the bus and do it. Or when I hop into my first block, well, my school was a block school, but I know some of you guys may be first period. So when I hop into my first period, I can quickly do it before first period actually starts. No, you cannot do that in college. You cannot do that in college. You cannot half whack anything. You can't wait to the last minute. You have to do everything in a timely and order management. And that's what I think was my personal downfall as to why I really I didn't feel up to par with school, because I had very poor time management. Because I thought what I did in high school, I could pull it in college, and that's not what that is. Because in high school, I could easily just quickly do it before I got to school, and I'll still get a good grade. But you can't pull that. Like, you may have a 5-page essay that you have to do, but you need to do it. Like, if the essay is due on April 20th, and the professor assigned it to you March 1st, you need to start it March 2nd. The first day, and on March 1st, you really need to start prepping and preparing for, okay, how am I going to write my essay? And use your utilize your school's tools. If your school has a tutoring program, go to the tutoring program. If your school had free tutoring, like I said, go to free tutoring and get that help. Even though a lot of people really utilize tutoring for math, because I understand math can be super hard, your school can also have things for like your English stuff, or maybe even your science stuff, like literally anything. If you need help, and don't be afraid to reach out to the professor. I'm gonna be the first and foremost to tell you, don't be afraid to reach out to the professor. Sometimes there has been moments, especially my second semester this past year, where I've had to low-key kind of gaslight my professor, and that's not healthy, and I don't recommend you gaslighting your professor. Please don't gaslight your professor. But I only did it out of fear that maybe if I tell him that if I can't do this, that, and the third, he'll give me an extension. Just tell your professor that you need an extension, and they'll understand. Don't try to gaslight your professor. Like, I'm going to be first and foremost to tell you, do not gaslight your professor. Do not do that. With that being said, make sure like you communicate with your professor, because your professor in the end can be your best friend. Since I go to community college, I have a little bit of a different advice. So in like regular 4-year universities and community colleges are a lot different, and I would say get some friends, but my entire time, my first year, I did not make not one friend at my college, because it's a community college. Because with community college, it's very easy, because you go to the class, you learn the material, you leave, and you go home. Like, at least with a 4-year, you have campus, you got, maybe you can meet up with somebody after class, and you can still do that same thing at community college. However, you're not stuck at the community college. You're not living on campus. You can go home, which is so easy. And I think that was also my downfall, is not talking to enough people there at my community college. I think that was one of my biggest mistakes, was not talking to anybody, because I'm a very like to myself person. Just let me learn my material, shut up talking to me, and I'm gonna go home. And that's exactly what I did. But I feel like I'm jumping all over the place in this video, but I feel like videos like this are like some of my favorite, because it's like a conversation with you guys. It's not talking at you, I'm talking with you. So I really do enjoy that. But time management is something that was my personal downfall. Time management. I suck at time management. Well, I can manage everything else in my life but schoolwork. And I think this is when high school comes into play, because high schools are not strict enough on students getting their work done. Like, you can, like I said, they give you like a really quick sheet of paper, and you can do that on the bus on your way to school, and you be good. And you can literally get by through that. But in college, you can't slide like that. Like, I'm sorry, but I wish you could, and I thought that I could do it as well. My first semester of college, I could do it. Like, I had a theater appreciation class, and I would do everything the night before it was due. Like, and I feel like if you are a procrastinator, this is not the world's best advice. However, if you are a procrastinator and you really are stuck at poor time management, manage your time like this. I'm giving y'all terrible advice right now. Like, I probably should be the last person to be giving you advice, but at the same time, I should be the first person you should be listening to. So I would say firsthand, if you still suck at time management, and like you have a class that has very easy work, like my theater appreciation class, I would do that work the afternoon before it was due, because it was so easy. Now, like, I would do it, like, if it was due next day, 11:59 p.m. that night, do it that afternoon, because I would only have to maybe answer like 5 questions, and then I could easily turn it in. I didn't really need to review no material, I didn't need to read no book, just write down like my own personal opinions about whatever and turn it in. Now, if you're taking an English class and you need to have a 5-page essay done, that you can't procrastinate like that, like with the theater appreciation class, because with your English class, your professor is going to give you an assignment. You're going to have to get an essay, and that essay is due April 20th, and the assessment was given to you at March 1st. That means you literally have a month and 20 days. So pretty much a month and a half to get it done. Don't wait till the week before, because you need more than 1 week, because then your professor is going to want to know your topic selection, why are you writing about it, then like is everything grammared correctly or everything like that. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not use Grammarly. I just went to my school's tutoring thing, because Grammarly, I simply just don't have time for Grammarly, and I could care less about Grammarly. So I would just go to my tutoring sessions, and they would review the paper for me. Like I said, utilize your tutoring on campus if your campus has tutoring, because those tutors will really help you, because they know what the professors are expecting from you. So that's why it is very important to actually utilize the tutoring. Now, the very first semester was rough. I cried like a mug, because I had a statistics class that I physically really just could not do. Like, they always tell you to take statistics straight out of high school because it's the most easiest math, but also it's most likely the math that you learn in your senior year of high school. Because my school, like, you had to take math your senior year if you were going to go to college. So, or any type of, like, anything after, if you weren't going to go straight to work, you had to take a math, like that last senior math. So, and most of the time that math is statistics. So that's why they tell you to take statistics straight out of high school, because it's the most easiest math, but also you already learned it in your senior year, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But my senior year math teacher kind of failed me and the whole class. So that's why when I got to my statistics class in college, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was so frustrated. I was crying to the point I had to drop it. Now, if you are at community college, it's important that you don't drop too many classes, especially if you plan on going to a 4-year university after that. Do not drop too many classes. Do what you can take. Do what you can take. I promise you, do what you can take. Now me, I'm after my community college experience, I'm not going to a 4-year, so I can drop as many classes as I want to without having the repercussions of anything. However, if you are going to a 4-year after your community, do not drop more than 2 classes. I'm sorry, you can't, because then colleges are gonna side eye you. Like 4-year universities are gonna side eye you if you drop more than, especially if you have a WF, which means you withdraw from the class after the deadline without having a WF, meaning you failed the class. So that's not good, and it will lower your GPA and everything like that. Make sure you can do what you can take, because I had to withdraw from my math class. That junk stressed me out, and I finished good. I finished strong in my first semester. Now my second semester, that's another story for another day, and I can make a separate video about how things were for me in my second semester of college, because I think that's just a whole video on its own. But I know this video was all over the place. It wasn't necessarily formatted. I like when I don't have non-formatted videos and I'm kind of just all over the place, because like they were talking about this and then we're gonna be talking about that. You're talking about this and then we're gonna be talking about that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry this was all over the place, but thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, especially subscribe, and I hope that you have a good day. Bye.